And we live. Yeah, what's going on, good people? You already know who it is and what it be. This is Rob P. Pasker Real Estate, Entourage Productions, Heartland Hip Hop, Go Mancha Go, all of the above. Coming at you live with Rob P TV. Yes. So I know a lot of you're used to hearing me talk about real estate, which I love the real estate. Don't get it twisted. And I love putting people in a better position. And what better position to help people get into than putting themselves in a position of power through wealth and finance. But my world is bigger than real estate. I'm all about the culture, and more so specifically, I'm about my culture. So shout out to all my people in the building. Mari's in the building. Mari, I got some treats for you because you gave me some input. So thank you. We're gonna build on that. My brother Jaron in the building. Alex Teets in the building. What's happening? If you're in the building, do me a favor, man. Show some love. Give me the likes. Give me the hearts. Comment. Share it to your favorite group, because this is a platform. For me, what I'm doing here is creating a platform for those that I believe in and for what I believe in, because I don't feel like we're represented how we need to be represented, on a local level, on a national level, on a world level. Our perspective matters, and if we don't create our own platforms for our perspective, there won't be none, right? So I'm coming to you, bringing you some relevant information. We're going to talk about the news. Today we're going to talk about what's going on with the Rona, because there's been updates, a lot going on here in the city. It's been hilarious, actually, what I've been seeing out here, what happened this weekend. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Talk about some numbers, because there's some real stuff going on out here. And what else? We're going to talk about quarantine and relationships, what's going on with the relationships out here. It's wild, everything that's going on. And I had a conversation with someone. They told me that with this quarantine, being forced to sit still, being forced in the space with somebody, or being forced to be separated from people, it's either going to make or break relationships right now. So we're going to talk about that. And I feel like with this wave of the quarantine and the economy, we're seeing a wave of people that are wanting to start businesses, want to take their destiny into their own hands. So we're going to talk about how to start a business and talk about my entrepreneurship journey and, where I started versus where I want to be and, the things that I did to get here. So it's going to be a good show, man. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to have some fun, right? Because I'm all about the fun. So with that being said, let's get it popping in here. I'm gonna play this because I love this. We're gonna talk about Toledo today. We're gonna talk about that Toledo swag. We're gonna talk about what's going on with the people in the city, and I think this song right here explains a lot of it. So let's get it cracking.
I'm so fine. Yeah. I'm gonna shine. Look at me. I'm so cheap. What you see? I'm so fine.
What y'all know about this Ray Stone? Hey, what y'all know about this?
Look at me.
What y'all know about this? It's your boy. Oh my, I'm so fly.
Alligators on my feet, Cartiers over my eyes. Tonight I'ma shine, cause that's what players do. We bout Skrilla over here, my dude. How about you? Check me out, wipe me down, show a player some love. Every time I'm in the club, I'm sharper than the paper cup. Buckle up, don't get it, the city is mine. You can hate, but we gon' shine every time bottom line. I done chopped up the block, that's why the roads is bad. Right jab, left jab, still spinning those abs. All the ballers in the club, pull out your bankroll. I'm slick down to the floor, thorough from head to toe. So
Glass City, Cash City. Yeah. What up, Athena? What's good, Athena? What up, Katrina? Yeah.
Chick, Finne, Prada too, Louis, the name of you. I hope that Burberry you got on ain't as fake as you. I got a pistol P, throw back from 62. Where the third girls at? Baby, I'm a dog, I can't help but chase cat. You sure wearing them jeans, it must be baby fat. I knew you was feeling me when I put up in the lack. Fifth wheel on the back, I got half on the wag. On the
hey, what they say?
My collar, little more.
Oh, I
players get dough. When you see me shining, don't hate like a
So
hoe.
fly.
Go shine, shine. Look at me, look at me, look at me. So cheap. What you see, what you see. So fly.
All right, all right, all right.
Look at me, look at me. So cheap. What you see.
All right, there you go. Had to bring it in with some Ray Stone, cause my people in Toledo, man, we so fly. We so fly. We so fly. We can't help ourselves, man. We put ourselves in positions of danger and peril to be fly. And I say that for a lot of different reasons. You know, the COVID right now it's not at its peak. It has gone down, but you know, we're in a state right now where we're starting to open up. The governor he's opened it up a little bit. So some businesses have started to open up. We still don't have any salons. We still don't have any barbershops. We still don't have, you know, our gyms, but medical practices have opened up. Manufacturing is opened up, and we're even going to have some restaurants even open up here after the 12th, which is good because we got to get people back to work. But at the same time, we need to keep in mind that this is a pandemic that we don't have a vaccine to. And it's something that is not going to go away until we do get that vaccine. So we're going to talk about some of these numbers that I've been seeing, and then talk about some of the behavior of people out here, because it was a wild weekend in Toledo. Because Toledo people, man, I love my people. We so fly, you feel me? We so dang on fly. But let's talk about the statistics here, because it's really kind of scary thinking about where we live in correlation with everybody else. We're going to talk about the new cases of coronavirus. And do me a favor, you know, I'm figuring this all out. You know, if the music is too loud, let me know. If it's not loud enough, let me know. Y'all help me make this better, because, you know, this is Rob PTV, and I'm here to stay every Monday coming at you live. But let's talk about these numbers. Okay, so where are we? We're here, okay? 579 new cases today. At our peak, we had 1,380 new cases. That was April 19th. It's about a half a month later. We're at 579. You know, we went on lockdown March 23rd. Thank you, Katrina. And so it's not as low as it's been, but it's not as high as either. But check this out, something that we need to keep in mind here in Lucas County. Lucas County is actually ranked 7th in the number of cases in our county. We're ranked 7th, but we're pretty much tied for the most deaths in Ohio when it comes to coronavirus. So with that being said, Lucas County has one of the highest mortality rates. It has the highest mortality rate in Ohio, period. More people are dying from coronavirus in Toledo than they are dying anywhere else in our county. And you know, there's a lot of questions as to why Toledo, why are we the ones that are dying like this? I mean, you look at Columbus. Columbus has twice as many people as far as cases are concerned. Their population, Columbus population, is sitting about like 750,000. So they do have double the people. We're sitting at about 275,000 people in Toledo, Northwest Ohio. So they have double the cases, but they don't have nearly as many deaths. And I think, you know, a lot of that has to do with the fact that Toledo is a transient city. Lucas County is transient, meaning that people travel through our space to get to where they're going. I-75 goes from Canada all the way to Florida. I-80 goes all the way from ocean to ocean. So you got a lot of people that travel here, stop here. We're also down the street from Detroit, which, as you know, is one of the top 3 hotbeds for coronavirus in America right now. So it's a lot going on out here, man. Way too much going on for my liking. So, you know, we got to keep it going with the social distancing. That's very important. We got to keep it going with the masks. The masks, they do help. They cut down. I can't lie, I feel safer when I got the mask on. Shout out to everybody in the building. Do me a favor. Show me some love, man. Give me the energy. I need energy. Give me some energy. Reciprocity. I love it. But yeah, like I was saying, man, Toledo's off the hook. I was on Facebook this weekend, I should say, and I just saw all these pop-up parties across the city, man, because we don't know how to sit down. The weather broke. Oh my gosh, it was a beautiful weekend. What up, Lorene? What up, Miss Massey? What's happening? Mrs. Massey, I should say. But we was out here this weekend, man. I saw pop-ups at the Swainfield, pop-ups at Wallbridge, pop-ups at the docks. Man, and I was at home sitting here chilling and witnessing from the social media, but I did grab some footage here to share with y'all because I think it's mighty hilarious, honestly, what people be on. And that just goes to say, like I was saying with the Ray Stone, that's the Toledo culture. We like to turn up. Toledo like to turn up, you know, something about Toledo. We like to swag. We like to be ostentatious. And I don't know if that's a Toledo thing or if that's just a people thing, but I feel like here in Toledo, we extra. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because people talk down and clown us because, you know, they say we're like, oh, Detroit's little brother. I would like to think not, but let me show y'all this here. Man, check this out. Let me get this out the way here. So this is on Monroe Street. If you know Toledo, you know this is like Monroe. It's out Monroe and Detroit. It says, I'm done with Toledo. How is somebody hanging out the driver's side? Who is driving? What? What? Who does that? I don't know. We do it in Toledo. We do that in Toledo, you know, because we off the hook. Off the hook. We're wild. Okay. And by the way, I'm going to have some explicit language on the show. I'm sorry, people. Y'all know me. I'm squeaky clean. Y'all know how I get down. But, you know, this is about the culture. This show is about the people. And, you know, we get down what the people get down with. We broadcast. This is a platform for what's going on. But this next video I want to show y'all, man, off the hook. This is how it was going down in Toledo this weekend. I got my boy Snacks. He was out here. If you know Snacks, you know Snacks. Well, if you know Snacks, you know Snacks. And Snacks was out here. I'm going to show you what Snacks was on one time. Because that man, he witnessed some footage. Let him talk to him.
Hey, y'all feel y'all. Y'all have fun. Have a good time, man. What's up? How y'all doing? How
this is how it was going down. Shucky Ducky now. It's going down. I don't know. This was at, I don't even know where this was at. I can't tell you whether it was the docks, whether it was Wallbridge. But that's my boy, man. Look at him. Having fun. Having a good time. They having a good time, clearly. That's my city. Yeah. That's my city. That's how it's going down out here in Toledo. But y'all gotta chill, man, because seriously, you know, people are out here. It's real serious times, man. People are passing away. Parents are getting sick. You know, some security guard in Flint, Michigan at, was it Family Dollar? He told people that came into the store, hey, I need you to put on a mask. You can't come in here unless you put on a mask. The people left. Husband came back, said something to him about disrespecting his wife and shot him and killed him. So, you know, it's crazy time. It's real serious right now, man. Real serious, but we're going to get through this. You know, with everything opening up, I can imagine that things are going to start to spike again. We're going to start to see a spike in the number of cases. Unfortunately, it's not something I'm looking forward to. But it is what it is. You know, you got to stay home, put the mask on, make sure you're washing your hands. You know, if you got to go out and go back home. You know? Too much. But let's get it on. We gonna move on to the next one, man. I got my one of my guys. He's a Toledo staple in the R&B scene. He manages the Spotlight Lounge, one of my favorite spots. We gonna talk about the Murder Hornets. So we gonna get into another song real quick, and I'm gonna bring in my guy Snacks, because Snacks was on the ground. Snacks was out here this weekend, and he got to see it firsthand. So we gonna bring Snacks in for a firsthand view of what was popping out here. You dig? Hopefully. Let's give it up for my man Tracy the Rare Breed here. Oh man. Y'all bear with me. There you go. All right. those murderous hornets, they're out here. I feel like we're living in the future. This is like this is a bad episode of Black Mirror. It's like, what's going on in 2020? Like, it's 2020 the year of the plagues? Because it's like one thing after the other. Shout out to my man Tone Tuck, my guy out from Philly, holding it down, doing his thing. I see him building himself up out there. I expect nothing less, because that's what he do. That's what we do. Me and Tone go back to Columbus. Hold up, not that one. But me and Tone go back, man. We used to kick it in Toledo, man. I'm just proud to see all my people, because it's about progress. Progress and getting to the next level. Leveling up. And if you're not leveling up, what are you doing? That's my question. Here we go. Y'all gotta bear with me, man. I'm making it happen. Here we go. My guy Tracy the Rare Breed, Toledo, T-Town, stay down. Somebody tag him. Somebody tag Tracy one time for the one time.
Sitting in this room trying not to react.
Uh-oh.
Cause I've been texting your
Patty Z, what it do? What's good? What's poppin'? Do me. That's Tracy the Rare Breed, y'all. Empty. You see it? Yo, shout out to Tracy. Yeah, we gonna bring my guy Snacks in here. Hold on one time for the one time.
A lot of hope.
Whoa, my guy Snacks. What's really good, my brother? Oh man, where you at? Hold on. Snacks. Bear with us. Snacks took a break. He took a real quick break.
Huh?
What up though? Snacks.
Yeah, hello.
My guy Snacks. Hey, we live, man. One time for the one time. You on Rob PTV, man. Say something. Tell the people what's good.
Hey, how y'all doing, y'all, man? I'm Snacks, y'all. How y'all doing? How everybody feeling tonight?
Hey, they good, man. We got about 20 people in just watching. They live right now, and they sharing and whatnot. We just talked about the what's going on in the world. Talked about the Rona. Talked about what was going on this weekend, and it was a lot of action out there this weekend, and we all know that you know where the action is at. So I just wanted to holler at you because I know you could give a first-hand account of what was going out there, what's going on out here in Toledo this weekend, man. Well, tell me some of your observations.
It was my birthday weekend, my 33rd birthday this weekend. We had a little fun, even though we ain't supposed to have fun. We're supposed to be social distance, but everybody taking risks and having fun. We can't go to clubs, so we had like a little, I say, Toledo 419 gathering at Walker's Park just to have a little fun. Just to have fun, like no trouble, just to have a little fun, just see everybody kick it in their cars.
Absolutely. Yeah, I saw all types of pictures, parking lot. I mean, my thing is, I love to see it. I love to see people coming together. And I kind of wish we could come together like this, outside of the Rona. When's the last time you seen people coming together like that, just pulling up to a park or pulling up to a parking lot in mass numbers just to kick it and have fun?
Never.
And I think that goes back to what we talked about a little bit earlier. This quarantine, it has its silver lining. I feel like we're losing out on some things, but at the same time, I think it's good for us in some ways.
Me personally, I think it's good for some ways to people can just have an imaginary. This quarantine, so it's gonna make you or break you. As far as business wise, it's a bad thing. Tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo. All these businesses ain't gonna be open, but at the end of the day, this should open up people's eyes, like you, myself, for kids, for mothers. For fathers, for grandparents that really, dig down and see what they actually really want and want to do with their life. This gonna make you or break you, far as like saving money now, stay in the house and spend time with your kids, and try to enjoy right now. Everybody get unemployment if you're not working. If you're not an essential worker, you get an extra $600 worth of money. This is the time just to enjoy yourself and just everybody that deserves this to sit down and chill right now. If you've been working for so long, and especially me, you know, I had temp service jobs for so long. You know what I mean? Not trying to get vacation time and nothing like that. So now, people should enjoy, you know, this stay at home, because once everything's lifted up, oh yeah, it's gonna be time to go back to work and be safe and, you know, grind.
Absolutely, man. You're a positive brother. Like I said, that's why I wanted to bring you on here, man. You do a lot in the community. You out here, you amongst the people know who you are, and you show love. All you do is show love. That's all I see from you, is you showing love in general. Now you got a hustle class here. Your hustle class has become quite popular, man. You want to tell the people about the hustle class and what to expect once the quarantine drops?
Oh yeah, right now I got a hustle class 2016 West Central and Douglas Fame Studio with Shawnee Johnson. We collaborate, and it's like a good environment. You know what I mean? You can bring your wine, you can bring your friends, your granny, your granddad, and come out to enjoy yourself. You can have a date night with your husband, your wife, or your girlfriend, or some dudes, and just come out and just get some shirts out and come hustle. I got a couple new hustles I need to learn, teach everybody. The Don't Waste My Time by Usher and She by Stokely.
Yep.
It's a couple new hustles, and then people still don't know how to do the Tamia. I want to get a social distance hustle this out of the park, but I don't know if that could then be a right fit for right now. But right now, I just want everybody to, you know, I ain't gonna say stay at home. That's not me. But I feel like work out, you know, study these Tamia hustles, all these hustles, so we can go back when we go back to, you know, doing what we do best, have fun, socialize, and go to my studio. We can have fun, enjoy yourself. Right now, we just on lockdown right now. We on punishment.
We on punishment. It's definitely punishment, man. But you know what? It ain't that bad. Like you said, just make the most of it. This is a time to really dig deep, and get focused on who we are. You know, save some money. That's a big thing. You know, and enjoy the time off, and enjoy the time sitting down. So go ahead, bro.
Right, because when it's time to go back to work, even though I'm still working right now. But at the end of the day, people that's not working, they motivate me to not even say, man, I gotta go to work. They actually motivate me. I just turned 33 May 2nd. I have never been unemployed ever in my 33 years of living. You know what I mean? So I'm blessed to still have a job. I'm still working and trying to enjoy life. You know what I mean? Trying to still make people laugh, make people enjoy when they see my stories. And everybody got a story. Everybody should have a story behind this quarantine afterwards.
Absolutely. I know I got a story. No doubt, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on here and, you know, just showing some love one time, you know, sharing some positivity and some energy with the people out there, bro. If the people want to stay tuned to Snacks, you know, where can they find you at?
My Facebook, Jeffery Snacks Jefferson. You know, I got a lot of friends, but you can follow me. I'm always making somebody laugh. I always say something positive so it can make your day as smoothly as possible. I might say something on my story so it can make your day started, you know what I mean? So you can hit me up on Snapchat at Big Snacks 32.
There it is.
And that's it. That's all I got.
There it is. All right, there it is. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, Snacks. You go ahead. You enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of your quarantine. And happy belated birthday, my brother.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
No doubt. No doubt. All right. Peace, brother.
Peace out, man. Thank you.
No doubt. No doubt. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's my guy, Snacks. Like I said, when I see Snacks, man, Snacks ain't doing nothing but having fun, clowning, showing love. And we need more people like that. That's just not afraid to be themselves, not afraid to make themselves, I ain't gonna say make himself look foolish, but Snacks is a silly dude, man. Ain't nothing but love, man. So let's get to the next one. Before we get into the next video, we got, I just want to let you know that this broadcast is brought to you by Pasker Real Estate, New Millennium Real Estate Services for the people. We're just trying to make this real estate game fair and equal. I know it's a lot going on in the world, but if you want to make this your last year renting, you still can. As a matter of fact, I'm going live tomorrow with a Make This Your Last Year Renting Q&A midday. in the Make This Your Last Year Renting group on Facebook. So if you're watching right now and you're interested in learning how you can make this your last year renting, you have any questions, join the group, hit my inbox, comment, whatever, and I'll make sure it gets answered tomorrow, noon, in the Make This Your Last Year Renting Facebook group. All right? So let's get on to the next video. Oh, did it. This is Exposure by Mayo. Toledo's own. I put on for my city, man. It's all about the platform. We got a lot of talent. A lot of talented artists, a lot of culture here in the Toledo that goes overlooked. And, you know, we got to help create a platform for our artists because they represent us. You know, they are the voice of us. They show what's going on in our world. Right?
Crack that muddy seal, now look buddy committing robbery. My nephew caught that helmet time and he ain't kill nobody. I'm blowing all his doors and hope my sister finds some closure. These bitches say they love you, but they really won't expose you. I do this for my A1s, I don't do this for the gram. If my daddy was right here, he could tell you who I am. I came up pushing dope and watch it ruin my Uncle Sam. I gotta thank the Lord for helping get me out the jail.
Shout out to Lola, one of the coldest poets in the city. You gotta check her out, follow her. She goes live with the poetry. Can't wait till this quarantine ends so I can get back to Wednesdays at Marcus's Groove and Grill. Let's get it.
Muddy way. Fuck that RP, I hope you ride in hell. Just crack that muddy seal, now look buddy committing robbery. My nephew caught that helmet time and he ain't kill nobody. I'm blowing all his doors and hope my sister finds some closure. These bitches say they love you, but they really won't expose you.
Hey, like, share, comment. If you in the building, show some love. Let me see them hearts. You know, the more y'all engage, the more it gets out. You know, the bigger it gets. And I need the energy. I want to see the love. I need to feel it.
A couple top fives in my DM. I never spread no lies about my BM. I just got the coupe, then I sped off. Decapitate the roof, took the head off. I was really in them trenches riding with that Tony. Losing all my fucking friends got me feeling lonely. Still praying for you, damn. Lost a one and only. Keep that hammer on me, nigga.
Hey, hold up. Pause. Hold on. We got a celebrity in the building, y'all.
I know your mama.
We got a whole celebrity in the building, y'all. Man, my sister is watching me live right now. I can't even tell you the last time my sister was on Facebook. It has to be at least like 5 years. Wow. Welcome to Facebook, sister. Welcome to the future. You're here. I love you. With that being said, though, let's get into the next segment. We're going to talk about this quarantine and what it's been doing to relationships. And, you know, relationships, I've had a lot of experience with relationships, you know, positive, negative, but through it all I learned, and I just appreciate life more through it all. And I can tell you that, you know, this quarantine I'm not going to say it's altered my relationships, but it has made me look at relationships differently, you know, because I'm in a position where I have to stick to myself, you know, stick to myself. I'm not around as many people as I was before. And for me being an extrovert, I'm an introverted extrovert. I consider myself an ambivert. It's a little different, but I've talked to different people in different situations, and I want to know, what do you think? How do you all think that this quarantine is affecting relationships? You know, do you feel like it's making relationships stronger? Do you feel like it's breaking relationships? Are you finding yourself having a better relationship with yourself? Me personally, I can say that I've had a better relationship with myself since the quarantine because of the isolation. And in that isolation, you call it isolation, but I call it solitude as well. I thrive in solitude. I need solitude to recharge. I need solitude to reflect. I need solitude to be at peace with myself and to be at peace with God. You know, because when I'm by myself amongst my own vibe, my own vibrations, I can feel. You know, it's almost like I'm a fish in water because I am a fish in water. I'm a Pisces. So me being in isolation, I can feel my environment. I can just feel. And I feel more focused being in my own environment, in my own isolation. I've heard stories from people that are in relationships, marriages. You know, I hear a lot of people are actually going through it right now because they're forced to be in positions with where they haven't been. You know, people get so caught up in their lives. They get caught up with working. They get caught up in the kids' activities. They get caught up in just life in general. So when all that stops, everybody stands still. You know, you're forced to sit next to the person that you live with. You're forced to confront them. You're forced to spend time with them. You know, you're forced to occupy that space. There is no leaving and coming in. You know, it's kind of tough. So for all my people out there that's, you know, living in relationships and, you know, living with your spouses and your partners, I know it can be hard, but just hold tight. I know it's different. This is a different time that we're living in right now. But try to appreciate, you know, what brought you to that person to begin with. You know, think about that. What's the whole mission? Go back to the mission of your relationship. Hopefully your relationship has a mission. You know, hopefully. If you're watching right now and you got something to say, go ahead, call in. The number's across the screen, 419-442-7113. I want to hear y'all thoughts because it's not just about me. I want to hear what y'all got to say as well. But, you know, actually from what they're saying is that, you know, domestic violence is up. It's a lot of things, negative things that are up. And it's unfortunate that it's going on right now, but, you know, we got to get through this. What's Eden says? Eden says, it's better relationship with myself and accomplishing goals. I haven't felt lonely because my friends from out of town are holding Zoom meetings, Google Duos, and FaceTime. Yeah, Eden, I mean, absolutely. And that's the best way to look at it, you know, because with being able to sit down, you know, we might not be working as much. We may have more time to get into what we wanted to get into, whether that's a book, whether that's a project, whether that's a business, whether that's our bodies and working out, whether that's our diet. We have more time and more space to focus on ourselves to help us get to the next level. And, you know, can you really complain about that? You know, hopefully, I know it's kind of hard for a lot of people not working. So, you know, we just pray that the safety nets that have been put in place are working and are effective and efficient and are touching the people that they're meant to touch. But outside of that, you know, I believe that, you know, God provides and he wouldn't put us through anything that we can't get through. So, you know, you just got to ride the wave. Just ride it. Ride the wave. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then my people out there, I want to know what you all think about getting to know someone. How is dating during the quarantine? Is anybody out there dating during the quarantine? Are you all getting to know anyone new? Because if just looking at the situation, you can't really go out. You know, you can't go get a drink. You can't take someone out to dinner. I mean, you do have the parks. So I think, you know, the quarantine might be good for dating a little bit because you can chill. You know, you don't have to spend as much money to get to know someone. So for all those cheap guys out there and the cheap women too, hey, what a time to be alive, right? Hopefully you're social distancing. And with that being said, I think it also provides an opportunity to get to know people on a more intimate level because it becomes more conversational when you can't spend so much time together. You have to take your time and actually converse and get to know someone, which is a different dynamic where if you could just go out and boom, you feel vibes and you could just go off the vibes and that's that. What a time to be alive. What a time, right? What a all right, yeah. So with that being said, we're going to get on to the next video. This video here, man, I got brothers from other mothers, man. This is my brother from another mother, man, from day one. Netflix and chill is clutch, just social distance, though. Like I said, this is from my brother from another mother, man. I've known him since before I could even remember he been in my life, man. That's my brother from another man. Bagboy JDOT. Days of the calendar. Let's get it. Somebody tag Jay. Somebody tag Keith Keller. Somebody tag him. Nope. Yup.
I ran it up when I woke up. At the end of the night, I'ma count up. Come win with a boss, baby. Got bands like a boss, baby. Come and fuck with a boss, baby. If not, then you lost, baby. I've been A1 since day one. I learned these niggas run cool on day 2. Met a plug from the D on day 3. I bought an all-gold rope on day 4. Got the brand new ride by day 5.
JDOT or
bad little bitch on day 6.
explicit language. Sorry.
Put diamonds in the face on day 8. Made them blind from the shine on day 9. Had a threesome with a friend.
Like, share, comment.
Turned into a legend by day 11.
That's my boy.
On day 12. I ain't gonna play no games. I don't hang around no lanes. I ran it up when I woke up. At the end of the night, I'ma count up. I ain't gonna play no games. I don't hang around no lanes. I ran it up when I woke up. At the end of the night, I'ma count up. Come win with a boss,
Baby.
Got bands like a boss,
Baby.
Come and fuck with a boss.
Yeah, the language. I know the language. I'm sorry, guys.
Not then you lost, baby.
Oh, kids.
At the club with the team, day 13. This some shit you never seen, day 14.
I'll say this. Facebook is not for kids. Sorry. What's up, Faith Eve? You watching? Uncle Robbie loves you. All right. Let's get to the next topic. I've been seeing a lot of people because Faith like it. Faith know what's up. Faith is a Pisces. She feel the vibe. She get with the vibes. You feel me? Yeah, that's my girl. But like, let's talk about the businesses. Let's talk about the hustles. You got a lot of people out there that they have more time on their hands. And like I said, people with time on their hands, people are in a position to do things that they haven't been able to do in a long time. And for a lot of people, they've been putting off building businesses. You know, this is America, and America was built for businessmen. It was built by businessmen for businessmen and women, entrepreneurs, I should say. And honestly, you know, when you look at tax codes, there are over 470 tax codes, and the majority of them come from you owning a business in America. And there are people out here that are using their businesses to live, I'm not going to say tax-free, but to literally not pay very little in taxes. I was able to go to my midwinter conference, and we had a financial guru come in there. Hold on. We had a financial guru come in, and she dropped jewels. She dropped jewels. This is Dr. Lynn Richardson. This is one of her books, Symphony, A Guide to Creating and Balancing Multiple Streams of Income. And what she really did was talk about the different tax codes out there, the different ways that people are using tax codes to really minimize how much taxes they pay. And she talked of ways that you can actually hire your children. You can hire your children and pay them up to $12,000 per year, and you can write that off on your taxes. So if you're paying for your kids' tuition, if you're paying for their athletics, you're paying for their clothing, you can actually pay them, and then from that pay for their own expenses. And then, so that's $12,000 that you no longer have to pay taxes on, because you can write it off because it was an expense, because you paid your children. She even talked of people hiring their pets when it comes to advertising. You can do that. You know, it's so many different ways that you can save money on taxes that comes from being a business person, being an entrepreneur. So, you know, where does one start when they want to become an entrepreneur? If you're in the building, show me, like I said, I need some comments. Engagement, share, comment, whatever, all of that. Where do you start? You know, honestly, it all starts with the mental. You know, you gotta break those chains. You know, a lot of people, especially, you know, people who come from families that haven't necessarily had entrepreneurs in the past, they get stuck in the mindset of just working. And there's nothing wrong with working for someone. You know, we need people to work. You know, trust me, we need people to work. Not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur, first and foremost. It's not for everybody. You know, it's a lifestyle that involves a lot of risk. It involves a lot of discomfort. It involves a lot of sacrifice. What's up, Mari? Mari on the beat. Shout out to Mari, because she really helped me out with my song selection today. She posted. I put the call out for all the artists, and she really was out here. But I digress. I love my shout outs. It's not for everybody, man. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's not easy. It's an uphill battle. You know, the average business doesn't start to see success. You don't start to make money until your 5th year. Most people don't. You know, so it's something that takes patience. You know, it's something that you have to plant those seeds. This is not something that grows overnight. Like, you can't I want to grow some corn, right? I want to grow some corn. So I have a seed, though. So with that seed, I can't turn that seed into a corn stalk that's going to go and make me some money. No, I have to plant the seed. First, I have to till the land. I have to fertilize the land and make sure that the land is solid. You know, make sure that the land is ready to be planted and to be worked on, because not all land is fertile. You know, we sowing seeds, but you want to make sure you're sowing the right seeds, the seeds into the right land, because you can. And what do I equate to land? For me, I think that's about the foundation. And what's the foundation? It's about the mentality. It's about the education. You know, I can want to build the next Microsoft, but if I don't have the education behind it, if I don't know what I'm doing, what is that seed going to do? It's not going to do anything. Mama Elsie in the building. I love you, Mama Elsie. I love my Mama Elsie. So like I said, that land, you got to have the right foundation. And for me, I look at my business, please trust and believe, I've been building business since 2007. My first business is Entourage Productions. Started with my partner, Mike Robb. Shout out to Mike Robb out there, 4th and Gold Athletics. And you'll see it. Where is it? If I can get the camera right here. It's like, where is that little emblem? You see the little shield? There it is. That little shield, Entourage Productions, started in 2007. And you know what we did at that point is we had different events to create culture on campus, and we were quite successful with the type of pool and power that we had to be able to create spectacles on campus that people talked about all week until we did another one. And it was great, and it was a good time until one of my homeboys, he had me come through to Columbus to help him throw fundraisers for his nonprofit, the Why Now Foundation. Shout out to Eddie Drake. That's one of my brothers from another mother. He's doing this thing with his nonprofit, and he's been doing it for over a decade now. You know, because we first met in 2007, 2008. 2007 we met. And he had me come down to Columbus in 2008 to help him throw fundraisers for his nonprofit until I just stayed there. And so I had the idea. I knew I had to hustle. So that mentality that I got, is it a hustle? It's entrepreneurship. I kind of got it. I was blessed because I was raised in an environment where my parents, plural parents, all poured into me because they saw that gift in me. They saw that I had a knack for entrepreneurship. Whatever they saw, I can't really put my finger on it, but they knew that I would be a good businessman. So, you know, my father he's an entrepreneur. He's a serial entrepreneur, had many different businesses throughout his life. And, you know, he was sending me a subscription to Entrepreneur Magazine when I was like 8-9 years old, and I had that subscription for years and years. And you know, so he was my father was always feeding me. He always had those positive mantras. My father was all about positivity. He was all about the mantras and really speaking things into existence, speaking positivity. And he always spoke life into me and my sister. Always spoke life into my little brother as well. Always spoke life into us. My mom, you know, I was raised in a household. My mom would be doing all these different trade shows. She'd be at Shipshawana with her floral arrangements, and you know, my mom is just very talented, very, very, very talented. So many different gifts from music to event planning to decorating to even tapestry. She made this bomb mask right here. She just whipped it out just one day, and my mom was one of the first people that I saw making masks during this pandemic. You know, and she's able to just whip stuff out and make stuff happen. And to this day, she has her business, Party Sale Events, and she does all types of things, event planning and decor and more. You know, so shout out to my mom just for showing me the way, showing me that hustle. And then my stepfather, you know, Mike Duhart, you know, R.I.P. He always told me I'd be a good businessman. He always told me, he said I need to go into business. I'd be a good businessman. And I think it has something to do with my emotional intelligence. At such a young age, I can get over things because there's a higher purpose and a higher goal. And he saw that. He spoke that into me. So the mentality, I got it honest. You know, you holler at my boy. You talk to people that knew me growing up. Shout out to Jay. You know, shout out to his family. I was talking to his sisters, his older sisters. We all had older sisters. So I had older sisters. My boy Jay had older sister. I had an older sister. Jay had older sisters. My boy Carl had an older sister. My boy Chris had an older sister. My boy Ty had an older sister. We all had older sisters. But in talking to his older sisters, Jay's older sisters, they were telling me a story about how I had an idea and I got us all together and we were making calendars so we could sell our calendars in the neighborhood. To buy what? I don't know. But you know, so this is in me. So if you're going to do this, if you're going to build a business, if you're going to go forth and make a lifestyle out of this, it has to be in you, because if it's not in you, the first time you get some adversity, it's going to be over with. If you don't believe in what you're doing, you're not going to get that far. You know, unfortunately, it is what it is. It has to be within you, because otherwise, this is nothing but a lifestyle of adversity. It's nothing but experimentation. Being an entrepreneur, being a businessman, building your own business is nothing but experimentation. There's an art and there's a science to it. So you know as much as you can when it comes to the science. You study the greats, you study the systems, you study the economics you study your market, you study the technology. You study as much as you can when it comes to the science, but there's also an art. In that art, it can be accelerated when you have a mentor. Mentors do accelerate the growth, and they accelerate the the progress in achieving goals. But you have to experiment to get that art. It's trial and error. Like this broadcast right here. I spent about 2 weeks straight just experimenting, and up until today, I'm still experimenting. But I am. I'm happy with where I'm at right now, but trust me, this is only the beginning, and it's been that way since I started my first business. It's still just the beginning, even though I'm 10 years in, 13 years in business building. So like I said, it starts with the seed, and that seed is that mentality. Then you have to have the foundation. That's the land. So you have to have fertile land, and that's the knowledge. The market. You have to have the right market. Whatever your product is, you have to have that right market. And so for me, I look at my business. So you all know Pasker Real Estate. Some of you may know Go Macho Go. You see Go Macho Go back there. Some of you may know Entourage Productions. Some of you may know Heartland Hip Hop. But all in all, I'm conglomerate minded. And so all of this that I'm building here is to get me to a certain goal and lifestyle. I'm about 40 years ahead. My goals, I'm planning about 40 to 50 years ahead about where I want to be. And everything that I do right now is to get me to where I want to be 40, 50 years from now. And so it's levels to this, right? So I look at it like I'm building a world wonder that's going to last in my family for generations. And I look at it such as the pyramid, one of the greatest wonders ever built by black people in Africa, Nile Valley civilization. And to this day, they still don't know how they built pyramids were built. They say it's aliens, but come on, man. You got the original man and the original woman. They're going to do some things that we can't understand to this day. And that's where we are. So I look at it as I'm building a world wonder that's going to last in my family and for generations. And what I do every day, I try to lay down the brick. I try to lay something down and do something for my business so that I won't have to build it up. I won't have to do it again. I'm just laying bricks on tops of bricks. And that's my pyramid. And hopefully one day, God willing, I'll get to the top, and it'll be something that my family will be able to stand on, and something that will stand in our family as inspiration and as a foundation for future generations. And so, like I said, the journey has started in 2007 with Entourage, that was in me. I just like movement. I like energy. I like attraction. I like attention. I like to get things popping. If you knew me in high school, you know what I was on, and it hasn't changed. So in college, we got it cracking. When I moved to Columbus, I started the Black Student Union at Columbus State because that's what I was into at UT, just providing a forum and a platform for students of color to come together positively and learn about ourselves. Knowledge of self, man, know thyself. You see that? Marcus Garvey. And so I've always been about establishing and building and creating platforms until Entourage Productions, it turned into Heartland Hip Hop. And Heartland Hip Hop became specifically a platform for Midwest talent. And so, what was I doing with Heartland Hip Hop? Making music, audio tracks, mixes. Me and my partner, DJ Brandon Dick, shout out to DJ Brandon down in Atlanta right now, keeping the brand going. Go follow Heartland Hip Hop on Facebook. Still keeping the brand going, still alive to this day. And we had our radio show. We were broadcasting to the internet, streaming to the internet back in 2011, 2012. Before podcasting, before streaming was even a thing. We had it hooked up. Shout out to my guy Quan Owens out in Las Vegas, man. This man was a wizard, and to this day he's still a wizard. Had a chance to chop it up with him when I was in Vegas for the midwinter, but he really put me onto to some game when it came to technology. He put me years ahead when it came to the technology back then. And when I met with him this year, he put me years ahead financially with the knowledge of different types of banking that the average person doesn't know about. Trust, all types of stuff. But with that being said, that was a guy, like I said, you talk about mentorship. Certain people will come into your life and give you what you need to really elevate yourself. They'll give you the knowledge. They'll give you some tools even to help you take your life to the next level. And so with that, we use the technology to build a platform. And while doing Heartland Hip Hop, I was still in school. Trust and believe. I finished my degree. It got to a point where I didn't want to, but my mom, and she just said, you can do anything you want. Just finish your degree. Finish for me. I didn't even care to finish for myself, you know, because I told my teachers when I was in college, like, C's get degrees. I'm not planning on going to grad school. You know, in the time it will take me to get my master's degree, I could have built $1 million company. And I've built $1 million company. Have I grossed $1 million? No. But I've sold $1 million for 3 years straight in real estate in Northwest Ohio. And that's a blessing. Shout out to all of y'all that believe in me. And shout out to all of y'all that refer me. And that's a blessing. And I'm grateful. Forever grateful. But I finished school, and it was a grind because I was in school. I was working at a restaurant. I had my business. I had Heartland Hip Hop. I had Go Macho Go. And at a certain point, I got my daughters. You know, I had my first daughter back in 2010, Savannah. So I was a busy man to the point where I was going to 2 different schools, taking 7-8 classes a semester, trying to get done with my degree. And I finished, and I did it. And once I finished my degree, it opened me up so that I could truly focus on what I wanted to focus on. Shout out to my sister. That's true. Whether entrepreneur or not, mentors, it's hard to get to where you want to be without mentors. Shout out to NARAB, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Shout out to Jules, one of my brothers down in Columbus. Shout out to his family. Shout out to Mary Lane. You know, him and his family actually introduced me to real estate. I'm gonna get there. Let me get there. So Go Macho Go, boom, doing Go Macho Go. Doing Go Macho Go. Booming green tea powder. I went to a coffee shop I would go to because I would study. I pulled all-nighters in this 24-hour coffee shop down in Columbus on High Street. And one day I went in there, instead of getting coffee, I went to get tea. And the barista said, "Hey, you know, are you interested in some matcha?" And I say, "What is matcha?" What is matcha? And he says powdered green tea. Green tea powder is like drinking 20 cups of green tea at once. So I had it. It was a buzz. I was like, wow, how come I never heard of this product? And the next time I went back, and it was a different guy, young shaggy guy, and I ordered it, and he said, "It's my matcha." And I said, wow, that's bomb. That's your matcha? And I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, "It's your matcha? You're importing this into the country?" And he said, "Yeah." And you know, at that point, I just told him, like, "Hey, if you're interested in building a business with this," I asked him how he was selling it. He said just on eBay. And I told him, if you're interested in actually building a business, holler at me. I'll help you build a business plan. And I gave him a card. And shout out to one of my good friends, Rona Updates, and she actually got me one of my first business cards. And it was a blank card with my name, number, phone number, and email address. And it had Nelson Mandela on the back. It was a Nelson Mandela quote. And it said something to the effect of, "Education is the greatest tool that you can use to change the world." And I gave him that card, boom, real blank, gray and white. He ended up calling me, and I sat down with this guy for a good 2-3 months until it got to the point where I told him I wanted equity. I need equity. I want a piece of this. And when something sells, I want to get paid too. And he stopped talking to me. And after about 2 or 3 months, he called me back and said that he was going through some things and asked me if I wanted to take these things over. Before he got rid of it all, before he dissolved the business. And I said, oh, heck yeah. So, you know, Go Macho Go was a thing. I have to come back one time and show y'all some pictures because I had a lot of support when it came to Go Macho Go, but I built it up. And I had it selling through at least 6 different sales channels. I had coffee shops that had the matcha. I had it in corner stores. I sold a lot online. I was at festivals, had good times with my family, come and support me at the festivals, Juneteenths, all types of stuff like that. I had independent distributors that actually came, and what they do, they would take it, buy it in bulk, and then go sell it themselves. And I was booming it, straight up just booming this green tea powder like it was, honestly, like it was cocaine, but it was green tea. And it was like one of the best things you could put in your body. And I drank it every day. I believed in it, you know, but it just got to the point where, you know, for me, Go Macho Go was a platform for me to pour into the culture, the art, because at the end of the day, one of my main goals is to leave my thumbprint on the future. You know, I believe that our culture needs to be represented. You know, we are having an emergent culture and we're underrepresented. And we have so much cultural currency, but we don't take advantage of our own cultural currency. Other people take advantage of our cultural currency. We need to take ownership of our own cultural currency to change our lives and change our communities. And how do we do that? We have to affect the youth. The youth are the main consumers of culture, especially when it comes to the emerging culture. The emerging culture is hip-hop culture. And I say that because the 4 elements of hip-hop are the same 4 elements of ancient African culture. And when we can break it down, when you talk about the MC, back in the day, the griot was the MC. The griot told the living history of the people. It was the griot that told what was going on with the people. And so it is today. Same thing today. These are rappers. It's our artists that are telling what's going on with the people. Shout out to James Mann. James Mann is the man when it comes to insurance, man. I have my insurance through James Mann, and James Mann saved me over $100 monthly on my car insurance. Holler at James Mann. Real talk. Real spit. But, yeah, so the griot, like I said, let's go back to the griot, is the MC telling the living history. So that's why, I might have some custom music going on, but that's what's going on with the people out here. That's what's happening. You talk about the DJ. You talk about the tempo. Back in the day, the drummer was the DJ. The drummer, he controlled the tempo of the people, the vibes of the people. You talk about graffiti. We have graffiti today. Back in the day, they had hieroglyphics. They was cold with it to the point where they etched it in stone, and it's still there to this day. Nowadays, we got graffiti, and they just wash it off. And then the dancer is still the dancer. The dancer is still the dancing, so it is what it is. But one of my main goals is to affect the culture and give our youth something positive to hold on to. I want to give them something real. Basically, it might not be positive. It might be negative, because a lot of people have negative experiences, and a lot of our youth can relate to negative experiences. But in that darkness, there is light in that darkness. So we need to embrace it all. But for me to be able to do that and touch the youth in that manner, it takes capital. How am I going to compete with all of these multinational corporations that have our youth's attention? There's a way to do it, and I know the way to do it. And so I saw Go Mancha Go as a way to build capital to pour into Entourage Productions in order to do that. And it got to the point with Go Mancha Go where I was hustling. I was doing it all by myself, importing the product, from South Korea and from China. I was breaking it down. I would bring it in 20 kilos at a time and bag it up in 10, 30, and 80 gram bags. I would label it. I would seal it. I made the labels. I would market it. I would distribute it, sell it, go to the post office. I was doing it all. The sales, all of that. I just got tired. So I wanted to automate my supply chain. And for the record, James represents Man Insurance. He's an independent insurance broker that works with multiple different insurance companies. That's my brother that's one of my business brothers in Toledo, man. I got a lot of respect for James. So I wanted to automate my supply chain. And by automating my supply chain, that meant that I would take my business, instead of me doing everything, I just wanted to focus on the marketing of the business. Let me focus on the marketing. Let me focus on the people's minds. Let me grab the people's attention, because that's what I'm good at. I can do anything I put my mind to, but I would prefer to focus on the marketing. And so by automating my supply chain so that the product went straight from the plantation to the packaging plant to the warehouse to the end user, whether that was a commercial client or whether that was a personal client, I didn't have to touch the product anymore. I just focused on quality control and marketing. And I realized I needed capital. And so in doing that, I said, what's the best way to raise money? What's the best way to raise money? What's the best way to raise capital? Okay, I can raise capital. What can I do? I can flip cars. I don't know, go to a police room auction and flip stuff like that, or I can flip houses. So naturally, real estate. And my mom, man, we talking about mentors. I'm just paying homage. Y'all don't mind me. My mom got me hip to, she got me some stuff about real estate back in like 2007. It was some stuff that it piqued my interest in the real estate, but I never really dove into it. But it did pique my interest. I did some research. And mind you, this was like back when YouTube was just starting out. So there was only so much information online like that. But I was at UT. Shout out to all my people that I went to UT with. We used to have sob sessions. We used to have rap sessions every Wednesday. And one Wednesday we had career day where they had different professionals from different disciplines come and sit down and have lunch with us. And at my table, I had a realtor and I had an investor. I don't remember the investor's name, but he came through and he talked to us about being an investor. He owned tanning salons, he owned car washes, he owned commercial properties that were income producing assets. And, you know, that blew my mind. Excuse me. Then there was a realtor there. And this realtor was there. He was a black man, energetic, you know, man, was just so excited about real estate. And he's like, man, getting into real estate was the best decision of my life. Being a realtor, getting my license was the best decision of my life. I wish I would have had my license 10 years earlier. I'd be close to a millionaire by now. And I was like, wow. And that was in 2006 that the seed was planted. It wasn't until 2013 when I was, you know, building up Go Macho Go from my supply chain, where I started getting a business together, Pasker Properties, because I wanted to wholesale real estate. And one of my homeboys down there, Jules, he third generation in his grandmother's real estate brokerage. She tells him, or he tells me, like, you know, Ra, I see what you're trying to do. You might as well just get your license because, you know, with wholesaling, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, you know, and with a license, you can work with anybody. And I took heed to that. And him and his family, his mom, his grandmother, they took me under their wing and they really nurtured me. You know, they nurtured me. And I got my license and I moved back to Toledo with the intent of, you know, opening up an office here of their business here. And it didn't work out, you know, and it is what it is. They still doing their thing. Jules he has international, he manages music artists. He has an international artist. You know, awesome family. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. But whatever the case, they put me on game. So when I came back here, you know, I took everything that I've done back in the past with Entourage, for Heartland Hip Hop, with Go Macho Go, and I put it into real estate. And I feel like I'm at a point now where I can kind of marry it all to make it all go up. So I'm getting closer to the top of the pyramid where it starts to incline a little bit. And, you know, it starts to get a little bit closer. I'm far from where I need to be, but there's an incline. So I can start to bring the things closer together and start to marry some of the brands to have the maximum effectiveness and efficiency. So with all that being said, entrepreneurship is about adversity. It's about persistence, endurance, defiance, you know, staying down, staying diligent, you know, because like I said, if it's within you, if it's been put into you by God, by your creator, then it's for you. You just got to get through the storms. You got to weather it. It's a journey. And sometimes the journey is hard. It's a hard journey. And, you know, but if it's in you, you're going to get through it, you know, and it's all about being malleable. It's about learning, you know, it's about people too. You know, it's kind of hard. What Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough people get to where they want to be, you'll end up getting where you want to be. And so it's about people and being a servant. I truly believe that we're here to serve one another in our own way. So those are just a few keys to entrepreneurship. You heard it from me. But I appreciate y'all, man. This is Rob P TV. This is episode number 2. Many to come. You know, I just felt like I need to come out here. I need to talk to y'all. You know, people tell me that I have some good things to say. And I like to share information. You know, I spent years, literally years in isolation in Columbus, just learning, really just digging, you know, going down rabbit holes and flipping over rocks and asking questions. And it's gotten me to a point of knowledge that I'm able to share. And I mean, you can see the fruit, you can see the type of success that I've had. Thank God, you know, thank my family for supporting me. Thank my family for being there for me and supporting me. I thank my community because, you know, you all don't have to rock with me like y'all do, but y'all do. And I love y'all for that. And to be honest with you, I have made a commitment to Toledo. I have been considering leaving Toledo because I feel like, you know, for what I do right now, selling houses, I would make a lot more money somewhere else. Shout out to all my realtists across the nation, all the realtists, members of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, who are all fighting to increase black wealth through homeownership and through the real estate business in general. But I go to my conferences and I connect with my realtist family, and I mean, they're in these markets where the property value is 2, 3, 4 times what it is here in Toledo. And I do a lot of volume. I sell a lot of houses, but I don't feel like I'm where I need to be or where I want to be. But if I was there with that price point and I sold the same volume, I'd be living good, you know. But sometimes it's not always about the money, even though it is about the money. What I've realized is that there's a way to get the money with what I already have. It might not be just me selling houses. I have to diversify. I have to build a bigger team. I have to get more people involved. I have to help more people reach their goals. But I can achieve the lifestyle that I want to live here in Toledo. I know that I can. So I've made the commitment of staying here in Toledo for at least the next 3 to 5 years and building my business here and building up the community here and building up other people's businesses here as well. So I'm here to build, I'm here for y'all. I'm here for myself, here for my family. So let's get it. Let's get it. So like I said, this has been Raw PTV, brought to you by Pasker Real Estate, just trying to put some people in some good homes. And more than that, we do some commercial, residential, all of that. Shout out to my cousin Princess in the building. Love my cousin Princess. Love Princess. Love the girls. Happy belated to Antoine. But yeah. So holler at me. I'm here. Join the Make This Your Last Year Renting Facebook group. Like I said, I'm going live tomorrow with a midday Q&A. If you have any questions regarding homeownership, let me know. I'm going to drop a link. If you just want a one-on-one with me, I'm doing one-on-ones all week. We can set up a Zoom conference. I can go through and look at what you have going on financially and help you figure out a plan for homeownership. Shout out to Kenyatta. Kenyatta, I did see that comment about the cipher. I'm going to need that. That's history. People don't know that I have bars, but wait for it. They're coming. I get distracted, y'all. I'm sorry. But like I said, I'm going to drop a link. So if you want a one-on-one, just click the link. Tell me what day and what time we can have a one-on-one. But in the meantime, y'all stay blessed. Y'all be great. Stay quarantined. Keep your hands clean. Social distance, 6 feet. Wear your masks. Keep your mask. Keep it on deck. All of that. Love the people around you. And stay positive. We're gonna get through whatever is going on. There's not too much that can be put on us because we wouldn't go through it if it was too much. Yeah, birthday bars. I'm gonna have some birthday bars coming up. I got enough time before my next birthday. So shout out to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all.